Hello YouTube, FuzzfingerGaming here, welcome back to Final Fantasy XII, and we're going to be doing the Festival of the Hunt today. So hopefully this will be a good one, and we're going to be letting Vivi win, and I'll explain why as we actually make our way through the episode. Stay tuned. Right, so I'm going to do something a little bit more interesting today. I've already had a practice at this, so what I'm going to do is try and record this episode in one take with live commentary. So I am playing live right now. Normally I do go ahead and record the commentary afterwards in this series because of the amount of editing that I do. But I'm hoping, due to the nature of this particular episode, there's not a whole lot that's going to be able to go wrong. So we'll see how we get on, shall we, with this. Once you load up your game, you're going to head over to the air cab. And this is how we're going to start off the initial set of cutscenes which will lead us into the Festival of the Hunt. So without any further ado, just make your way to the air cab. It's the first thing you're going to want to do. And that's going to kick the timer off. Well, actually, no, there's going to be a cutscene first, and then there's going to be a timer kicking off. Let's just speed things up a touch. I'm hoping we're going to be able to use this episode to catch up quite a bit of time. Because we're going to be letting Vivi win, we should be able to save 3 minutes that we normally wouldn't have if we let Zidane win. And the reason why I'm going to be letting Vivi win is because there's a trophy tied to it. A PS4 trophy, Steam trophy, I don't know about iOS. But interestingly, and it doesn't matter now about the time, we're not exactly rushing because we can't speed this timer up anyway, even with high speed mode. This isn't a platinum walkthrough, well it is, but this isn't a platinum series per se, because you can't get the platinum in one playthrough, unfortunately. Even when you're getting Excalibur II, you still have to skip out on a few things, such as the ATEs, and you do need to watch all the ATEs for one of the trophies, which is really annoying. But anyway, what I'm going to do is at least get as many trophies as we can get on one playthrough, including the Excalibur II trophy. But one of the trophies is to let Vivi win the festival, which is very easy to do, actually. But first of all, I'm just going to equip Zidane here before we continue. So we're going to give him the Ogre, which is a weapon we crafted in the last episode. A steepled hat, a leather wrist, a bronze vest, and finally the yellow scarf. Again, something we crafted in the last episode. And then the other thing we're going to want to do, I mean this isn't really essential I don't think, but I'm going to do it anyway, is equip the Beast Killer ability. And we're going to make our way across now to the business district. So if you want Zidane to win, and you get the coral ring if Zidane does win this with enough points, then you basically need to kill everything you can as quickly as you can. But it's not essential that he wins, because the coral ring can be crafted anyway, so there's no rewards that you're going to miss out on. So I do recommend letting Vivi win if you do want to get the trophy, if you haven't got it before on a previous playthrough. So we're just going to make our way now into the business district, and we are going to be attacked a couple of times, which is fine. Well, we normally are. Apparently not on this occasion, running through there. And now all we need to do is wait, because the enemy we need to kill, or the enemy rather we need to battle, appears in the next area, in the square, but only when the clock reads 4 minutes and 30 seconds or less. And it's going to be an interesting fight because we don't want to win it, because the way we get Vivi to win is by basically having Zidane and Freya do absolutely terrible in this festival. And the way we can assure that is when we battle the monster that we're going to battle at 4 minutes 30, is if we lose that fight, then Vivi will win by default. So there's not really a whole lot we can do now except wait for this timer to tick down. So have a play around, have a look around your menu. I guess you probably don't get an opportunity to do so all that often. See what items you've got if you really want to. Just, you know, chill, relax. These opportunities don't come often on a speed playthrough such as this. So I guess we can take them while we have them. But I'm going to go ahead and pause the recording, and I'll be right back with you in a moment. Well, actually, in about 4 minutes and a half. Right, so we're about to cross to that 4 minute 30 second threshold, and it is important to try and get the timing right here so that you don't waste any time after this. Wait 3 more seconds. So close than I think that entrance. There we go. That'll have to do. Right, and there's the enemy. So what we want to do before we actually die, and trust me, you'll die fast on this battle anyway, is basically steal from him. And the reason for that is he has the needle fork. which we do want to get. It's not absolutely essential to get, we can get it later. But hey, if we can get it now, why not? So we're going to use Zidane to steal, and so long as he doesn't get one shot, which is very possible. He did. Right, so finally I've just stolen the needle fork. I think I took about my 4th attempt. But you can go ahead and just use the continue from the main menu screen in order to jump straight back into the battle. And your timer will be on the same amount as well, so you won't have to, wait for that again or anything. So then we're just going to kill ourselves and the battle as quickly as possible. And that's all we're going to need to do. So it's really easy to get Vivi to win. And since Zidane, if you want him to win, you'll have to fight until the very end. That's actually saved us 3 minutes. So now what we need to do, you will get a trophy at this point as well, but because I already got it in practice, you won't be seeing me get it on this occasion. But you will get that trophy if that's your first time letting Vivi win the festival. So we'll just go ahead now and speed through this dialogue. So high speed mode is obviously very useful for this. Especially because, as I've said before, this is such a dialogue heavy game, isn't it? It truly is. And we've got another scene here around the banquet table. So if you do this according to Thomas's guide over at Gamefaqs, the whole section D1-10 will take about 16 minutes. That includes not using high speed mode and letting Zidane win the festival. But obviously, as I've said, we should get this done a whole lot faster. So we're going to just exit this room. I'll slow things down a bit now as well so you can see the route that I'm taking. So we're just going to go straight down here into the elevator and then take the lift down to the base level. And we're already nearly finished with this. So we can see there's 2 underground trams here. We're going to take the one on the right hand side to the Serpent's Gate, and this is solely because it's an item we can pick up. The Dragon's Gate is ultimately where we're going to need to end up. So we'll grab that item there, and then back over here. Go to this side. It can be a bit of a pain lining up. Oh, I've gone to the wrong place. Oh well, so, since we saved so much time, I'm not going to worry too much about it. We're just going to use the same one. Which Dragon's Gate you were supposed to go to from that last place. That's absolutely fine. And then we're going to go over to the Moogle. Do Magnet. Just do it again to make sure he says he wants mail. Yep. And now we can go ahead and save. And we're done. That's simple. Get a nice new save data. Okay then guys, so let's just have a quick look at our time, shall we, at the end of this episode. Just go down to title screen here. And we should be on 2 hours and 7 minutes and 43 seconds. That should be our target time. Now, we've gone about 4 or 5 minutes over that, but hopefully we've caught up a little bit on it. So we're on 2 hours and 8 minutes. So we are still a tad bit over, but we've caught up drastically. Look, at the end of the last session, we were 1 hour 57, and by this point we were supposed to be on 1 hour and 51. So, you know, we were 6 minutes behind. Now we're only 1 minute behind, and we're going to catch up even further as we go on. So that's why I wasn't concerned about these times. A few people messaged me saying they were worried that we were going a little bit too far behind schedule. But I knew we were going to be able to catch up, and we've started to do so already. So that's it for today then, folks. That brings us to the end of this section, which was D1-10. So come and join me next time for D1-11, and hopefully we'll have a good time with that. Thanks all. Goodbye.